Okay, welcome everyone to another edition of Fat, Freaky, Fabulous. We have an amazing guest here with us today. I'm so excited. We actually never even met before. So this is even more exciting. We get to learn more about this guest together. So without further ado, I will introduce Lexi, aka the Fat Ingenue. Woo!
Hello. Thank you for having
Hi.
me.
Dude, yeah, you rock. So, we need you. My name's Kara. I am the owner and founder of Fluctuate. Lexi, do you just want to give us an elevator speech of who you are, what you do?
So I am a freelance theater artist in the Philadelphia, South Jersey, and Delaware area. So trifecta that we got going on here in Philadelphia. Last year, I started at the Fat Ingenue on Instagram and TikTok, where I have
Low-key famous.
Oh my God.
Low-key famous.
I'm definitely not, but I'm very grateful. It's been doing very well, close to 14,000 followers, which is incredible. And I started a series called Musical Theater Roles I Can't Play Because I'm Fat. I try to use dramaturgy and feminist analysis. And then I also have a musical roles I can play series where I am showing these are the roles that I've been allowed to think about as a fat person in theater. Last week I posted part 3 where I did Mrs. Potts from Beauty and the Beast.
Yes.
Because, it's also because I am a white cisgendered female.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I really am speaking from a privileged position. And I think that series is kind of playing a nod to that. But there are really amazing roles and I've played really amazing women.
Yeah. One of the fun things we do on Fat Freaky Fabulous is ask our amazing guests what their favorite F word is. So tell us what your favorite F word is and why.
Well, I think my favorite F word is probably the worst one. I think my favorite fat word is fuck for sure. I say it a lot. I mean, I have to stop myself from saying it a lot if I'm around kids, which I am a lot of the time. I think that is, I like cursing. I think it helps. I think it just, anger in these times is really my go-to.
Tell us about your last TikTok video and why you made it.
My last one that I made was just a vlog kind of style of me getting my tattoo. But the one
show us.
Here we go.
Woo! Look at that color on that's
Thanks.
Nice.
Yeah, I went to Philadelphia Eddie's. It's inspired by the Sun Studio record label that's in Memphis, Tennessee. My grandfather passed away last year and lives in Memphis. The best memories of my childhood were in Memphis. I am just really grateful. I have a complicated family life, and one thing is that my family, no matter what we were going through, they all always supported me always and believed in my dream and encouraged me and have only ever believed in me. And I'm, as an artist, I know I'm so lucky for that.
You got married recently.
I did. I got married last October. Then we went through some very tough time. I mean, obviously all of us, the pandemic.
Yeah.
And then I lost my father in May.
I'm sorry.
And then, thank you. And then, the Black Lives Matter movement in June really had a huge impact. My husband grew up in the projects of Philadelphia and, was kind of coming to terms with all of the privilege in his very troubled youth that he went through.
Can you talk about your experience being in a bigger body, using the word fat? Oh my God, fat is a bad word. No, actually it's not.
Like I said, I grew up in Houston, Texas.
Right.
And there, for people who are not from the South, there is a whole other level of the expectation presentationally of yourself, your family, just everything. I know that it's a thing everywhere in this country and really the world, but the South, there's just an extra little layer of it. But unfortunately, I was in very close proximity of my main bully of honestly my whole life. When I would fight with this person, fat was the first thing that they would say to me. Like, it wasn't happening to me at school. I wasn't getting bullied at the playground. Like, I literally, when I would fight with this person, fat was their go-to thing because they knew it would just completely shatter me. At a young age, I learned that the only person you can depend on to pick yourself up at the end of the day and tell you that you're beautiful is yourself. And then, when I got to, I worked on a production of West Side Story and was with queer people in an open way for the first time. And they were the first ones to like say that I was sexy. And I was just like, I didn't know that I could, like, I didn't know that was available to me. And like really actually learning that I built up a wall about that, but I hadn't let go of it for myself yet.
Dude, yeah.
It was just like posing. And then when people like Ashley Graham and Tess Holliday and like there are bloggers that I follow that I followed since like 2013 or something, like Nicolette Mason, who if you are someone who just like idolizes how chic people can be, like, oh, follow her. I will never in my life be that chic, but like just aspirational goals. And like this other amazing creator named Gabby Fresh. And then from BuzzFeed, Jasmine was the first person on any public platform that had the same actual like proportions as me. It wasn't like a perfect plus size woman of like perfect hourglass and stuff.
Right.
And I started to really follow like people that looked like me, because like, I mean, literally Instagram was becoming popular in 2013, 2014.
Yep.
Like, I'm older.
Same.
I'm a millennial. I was born in 92. So
I'm older than you.
These things were starting, and I started watching people, all these amazing female identifying plus size women wearing crop tops, and like Ashley Graham being on Sports Illustrated was life-changing. And like Tess Holliday being on the cover of Cosmopolitan, a size 22 model, like with red hair, and like white pale skin like me.
Yes.
Like truly, like those women absolutely have helped me come to this place of like not worrying about I'm being called fat, or like. And I also came to a place where I used to live my life so that fat would be the last thing that people would say about me when I walked away and they had to describe me to someone else.
Yeah.
But now I kind of am just like,
whatever.
I'm there. It's there. There's nothing I can do about it. There's nothing I can wear. There's nothing. And, I am fat. And if that's the thing that you decide to describe me as, then like, obviously you don't know me very well, because it's actually one of the most least interesting things about me. And a lot of the times when I comment back to people who comment on my stuff, like, don't say that about yourself. You're beautiful. You're not fat. I say, it's okay. No. I say, I am fat. It's okay. We can accept it together.
It's in my name.
Yeah. And it's in my user. Whatever. But like, that's on them.
Yeah.
And the conditioning of societal standards that has been perpetuated and ingrained into our skin for eons. I've always known who I was.
Yeah. What a gift. What a superpower. What a amazing. I mean, hello. One of the reasons why I asked you to do this, that fact right there. That's incredible. I'm so serious.
Oh, thank you. You can't tell me my face isn't beautiful. I just don't understand.
Yes.
I don't. Yes. I have a great face. I have a tendency to perpetually need to be the best. And I feel like when I was younger, it's definitely because I was overcompensating. Like, I'm going to look I'm going to look better than everyone else and look head to toe put together because I have to, because I'm already starting at a disadvantage. Yeah.
Okay. So you said you have this great face and you absolutely do. But can we also talk about, okay, so our skin is the largest organ we have, and yours, my friend, is chef's kiss.
This is also, I don't know if you can find this anywhere, but this Pure and Barbie Cosmetics blush palette, look at these blushes.
Oh my God.
They're so pretty. I use mainly these, but if I want to get into some more deeper blushed contour, I will dip in.
I'm kind of into that purple right now.
Yeah, this super, super corally and this bright, bright pink. Oh my God. It's perfect for any ingenue I need to be. Just
first of all, I love that you just had that here ready to
because this is I'm sitting where I filmed, so all my makeup's I mean, this room is a mess, literally. Depression's winning currently in this household.
Me too. It's
but the world is imploding. So what are we supposed to
literally
do?
like I love when people like I'm talking to people about like things that are going on and I'm like, we can't just brush over the fact that like lots of stuff's happening and
much.
like we're all doing our best here. So like if your best is like a little lower than what it was yesterday, like give yourself a tiny bit of grace because like surviving is hard. Like living is hard. And I don't even mean that in like a like pessimistic way. I just mean like literally like adulting is a thing. And also like social anxiety after having like a year off of people like is a thing.
Totally.
So have like giving yourself that grace of like, oh, okay, this is not, I like don't need to be like perfect at level 10, like hitting all my, no, we're not doing that. Can you give us a little insight as to what your relationship is with that word body positivity and why like that's important for you to represent?
Body positivity for me means celebrating bodies that aren't typically celebrated. That being a positive woman in this world is a radical statement, period. For me, that helped me in my journey with what is ultimately body neutrality, is that I do not decide how I am in a day based upon how I feel about my body. Now there are lots of terms, fat liberation, body liberation, body neutrality. There's all these things because, like most things in this country, thin, normal-bodied white women have commandeered and taken over the term from Black femme creators who have brought it to where it has been.
Say it again for the people in the back.
Yeah, and it's important as someone who uses the term for me to acknowledge that and has made mistakes in that. Like when I first posted about it, I talked about Tess Holliday being a spearhead of it, which she is, but she is not the soul. She is a product of all of these Black femme creators that before it was a trend on social media, before you could make so much money on TikTok doing real hauls. And like, it does help prove that clothing companies are psycho and what they think large and extra larges are.
Thank you.
Like truly. And it does help that. But the problem is that it's being overtaken by these women. And it's not actually, until you've actually experienced not fitting through a door, not fitting in a bathroom stall, not being comfortable in a chair, feeling like you have to stand because no one can make space for you, feeling like you're taking up too much space. Like it's very much like, you know, low income white people talking about that white privilege doesn't exist because they're gone through the same things as Black people. I'm not saying that you have that you can't have body dysmorphia. Okay. Right. You can't, like,
oh my God, I love this so much.
Obviously all of society is making it very easy for young women to have body dysmorphia. I have lots of friends who have body dysmorphia, but the thing is that you will never understand what it is like to be an actual plus size. You don't know what it was like to go to the mall in the early 2000s and not be able to buy anything.
Absolutely.
You were scared. I mean, I wouldn't even say, oh, I need to go into Lane Bryant. Oh, I need to go into Torrid. The only two clothing stores I could buy clothes in person at. And when you're a teenager, like online shopping wasn't like it was back then, like it is now, you know, like, so I wouldn't even say that to friends because I was embarrassed or ashamed. And it's the only type of like discrimination that it's then put back onto you, that it's your fault and you have to change and you have to adapt. And it's not, that like someone recently just commented and he said, it sounds like a you problem.
Oh.
It's like, I mean, I immediately unblock. I immediately delete and block comments like that because I just don't care.
This is layered for so many reasons. One,
so many.
Like whoever that person is, like sometimes we just let people show us who they are. we're just gonna go ahead and just let you think that. Two, like you were talking about being a dancer and a swimmer and doing all these activities, like you cannot look at someone, especially a larger bodied person, and be like, oh, you're unhealthy. Like I have interviewed so many fat bodybuilders who identify as a fat bodybuilder. I have talked to so many like break dancers who are in bigger bodies, and it's like, no, actually, that's not the case. And I mean, like a very obvious example, like Lizzo, who is a representation of being in a bigger body, is like, yeah, I'm vegan. I like don't eat like processed shit. So it's just like so hilarious to me sometimes that people like are like,
and no one owes anyone health. It's not your responsibility.
No, God.
You literally have no idea, and you owe it to no one.
Right.
It is not anyone's business how healthy you are or not. Like,
Right.
It's only that way because we profit off of it. Right?
Exactly.
The diet industry. I said this on the last podcast I was on. I will say it on everyone forever.
Give it to us.
The diet industry is $1 billion industry.
Yeah.
Okay. Like literally the word obese didn't exist until gastric bypass. No, I don't think that's the right surgery, but until I think it might be the one that like shrinks your stomach in order to make you lose weight. That surgery did not exist. Or that surgery started and then obesity or something like that. I'm sorry, not remembering my facts. So, you know,
you're good.
I make no promises, but it just really is like, it's such bullshit. It's all perpetual to feed the cycle. And then if we're really going to like get into the layers of it, right? The people who have personal trainers can afford a private chef, have these perfect bodies because they can afford it. Because being able to be healthy in this country is a luxury. It is a privilege. Because again, capitalism goes back to the diet culture, diet industry being $1 billion industry. Like
1,000%.
Oh my God. And it's just so hard because people don't want to believe that, you know, it's like people can't come to terms with this and see this and get beyond that until they accept all of the layers of this information.
So I love going to the gym. I love lifting heavy. It's something that I personally love. If I went to a doctor, they would tell me I'm obese.
We'll never forget this one nurse who I went to an urgent care, and whenever they take my blood pressure and stuff, I do make sure that it's normal, right? Because I do know that there are risks to being bigger. I'm not an idiot. And I've been fat my whole life. So lots of doctors have told me perpetually over and over again.
What are like some pieces of feedback that you can give someone, maybe in a larger body, maybe not, who just wants to be represented for more than their identity?
Oh, great question. I think that I think a little bit of it is fake it till you make it. Like just start telling yourself, I love you. Or, you know, if you feel like you're in a space where you can put sticky notes around you, like in a mirror or something, put positive affirmations around you, say them or write them down if you're not ready to say it out loud yet. And definitely number one, make sure that your Instagram feed looks like your body or looks like people that you are admiring. And remember that it's all a facade and it's all curated information that they're giving you. So not every day is great, and have grace with yourself. I mean, we really are going through a lot in our lives currently. And I think that if you're doing any type of work to try to make how you feel better about yourself in any way is really, really inspiring and amazing. And like that, even just wanting to do it is really the first step. What an incredible feat it is to be proud of who you are in these insane times. Like it is just so, life is short, and life is gray and complex, and it's not just one way or another way. So I think really just have grace with yourself and talk to your friends about it. You're not the only person going through it.
Such an earth angel for that response.
Okay. Thanks. I'm a Pisces. We go deep, you know.
Pisces deep.
Yes, I'm a Pisces sun, Aquarius rising, and a Taurus moon. So I got a lot of feelings.
I am a Taurus, so we can Tauruses love other Tauruses. Okay, are you ready for the last thing?
Sure.
What is one of your favorite songs that you're listening to right now? Like a upbeat one.
Oh, my favorite song. Well, I really like Future Starts Now by Kim Petras. Sure.
Yes! Thank you so much for coming on, Fat Freaky Fabulous.
Thank you so much for having me.
Woo! Dude, killed it. Murdered it, brought it back to life, killed it again.
Amazing.
You are so amazing. This is going to help so many folks. Like, your answers really speak to like a lot of things people are either struggling with or things that people need to know that they're not alone with. Yeah, you have this like wonderful upbeat perspective that's also like really well informed. And I really think this is going to help a lot of people.
Thanks. I went to grad school.
Grad school.
Yeah. I have a master's from Villanova in theater.
Masters.
Yeah.
Love it.
So I use words like perpetuate, capitalism, you know. I can't help myself. I'm an academic at heart.
We love it. I have 2 degrees that I do not use. So how about that?
Yes.
Fine. It's fine.